Hi everybody, I'm here reporting on today's 3-1 win for Rangers at Tynecastle, and I do so with no great joy or hope in my heart because this was another pathetic display. The manager set the tone when he put out the same team as last week, except he played young Tom Lawrence again, who went on to be, totally anonymous. Why is he playing a guy who's out of contract in 3 months? We have no intention of offering him another contract. We've got young, up-and-coming players we could be giving the experience to, and he sets out this game starting with Tom Lawrence. Absolute nonsense. Sums up the manager. As I keep quoting the late, great Jammy Gers, it's a funny old game. We actually played much better last week, admittedly against weaker opposition than Hearts and at home, but we did play better last week. 40 shots at goal, 9 on target, all the usual stats. This week we play Hearts. Hearts had slightly more shots at goal, slightly more shots on target. The 50 odd percent, I think, possession during the game, and yet we beat them 3-1. That sums it up, doesn't it? Let's think of the good things. First of all, great return to form from Jack Butland, because without him today we would have lost that game easily. He must have had 5, 6, 7 really good saves. So if that's his confidence back, well done, Jack. Just keep it up for the rest of the season, although it doesn't really matter, apart from in Europe. So he was our man of the match. I thought Inciala was the next best player. Him and Suter, I thought, were at least decent. Igaman sort of soldiered on. He got scraps, really, but he showed how he can control it, hold the ball up, hold men off, shrug them off, keep the play going. So I'll give him pass marks. As for the rest of them, Tavernier, a shocker. That is your captain. We will win nothing again until we get rid of this guy. Absolute charlatan. No inspiration, mistakes all over the place, hardly any forward passes that were any good. Just an absolute charlatan. So get rid of him. What's his name? Little Raskin, who's been good up until he got suspended. Funnily enough, he's not been as good since then. That was his worst game of the season. Misplaced passes, missing tackles, sloppy passing. 3 times, I think I counted in the second half, where he's moving forward towards the Hearts goal. One decent pass, and it should be a goal, either to Igaman or whoever, and his pass is nowhere near the intended recipient. So 3 chances we had, but for his final pass, which was deplorable. So he had a shocker as well. Who else? Lawrence was totally anonymous, as we knew he would be. Drossers came on and showed us why he's rubbish, because he couldn't hold the ball up. It was bouncing off him. He's getting credit for causing the 3rd goal. Well, causing the big defender to kick it into his own net because Drossers was running beside him. The big defender should just have let Drossers shoot, because it had gone by the post, or it had gone straight to the goalkeeper. So he made a big mistake there, the defender. But anyhow, Drossers, rubbish as usual. Who else? Cherny, the only thing he did right was actually score the goal, and he could hardly miss it. Even he could hardly miss it. But he had a deplorable game. Weak, chicken-hearted, losing the ball, being shrugged off the ball. 3 or 4 chances where the shots were weak until the one he did score with, which was the easiest one, obviously. So he was pathetic as well. Hadji didn't do very much, although having said that, it was 2 of his passes that led to 2 own goals. So maybe we should tell him, just hit it towards the opposition players, and you never know, we might score from it, because we sure as hell ain't going to score from the likes of Drossers trying to get on the end of crosses or cutbacks. So he was pretty average, I would say. Ditto Diamande, he was probably the best of the midfielders. Shefty was okay, didn't get forward as much as he usually would until near the end, I think. So all round, most of the team pathetic. If that's the manager's idea of the players coming out and showing us how much they were hurting and how much they want to make up for us, to us for what happened last weekend, well, we really are in trouble, because that was just a pathetic effort. Second to every ball, practically, shrugged aside, giving up too many chances. Apparently, I think it was 20 something shots at our goal Hearts had, and that was the highest number any teams had against us this season, even when we've been playing Celtic. So that sums it up. But for Jack Butland, we really would be mourning today. But it was just a shambles of a performance. No fight, no intent, no real energy behind it all. Too pedestrian, as usual. But with a team coming on to you, if you can hold out and not let them score more than one, there's always a chance you might score something on the break. But it was just a terrible, terrible performance, and they need to do much better against St Mirren next weekend. They've got a whole week to train, if they actually train, to be coached, if they actually get coached, to have a plan, if there is any such thing as a plan in this manager's mind, and hopefully to make sure the likes of Tom Lawrence doesn't start again, get Bailey Rice in there. Because what else are we going to do the rest of the season? All these games don't matter. It wouldn't have mattered today if we'd won 6-0 or lost 6-0, because I don't think the manager even then would have got the sack. So give these games that we've got left to the young players to show us what they can do or can't do. If they're no use, it means we have to find better players than the ones who are starting practically every game right now, because it's just not good enough. So who thought I would be moaning about winning 3-1 at Tynecastle? But that's just the way it is right now. We're truly pathetic, and we don't seem to be able to find a way to play the way any Rangers team, with the sort of players we have, the money they're on, should be playing against any opposition apart from Celtic or European opposition. So let's just forget this one. Happy to have won, doesn't matter anyhow. Hearts deserve to win, they didn't. Last week we deserved to win, we didn't. That's how the cookie crumbles. And as Jammy Gers used to say, it's a funny old game, but not many of us are laughing.